I need the whole left side. Every seat by the window, I need the whole back of the bus. Everybody, move over. You too, slide your feet over. Everything by this window, I need this. All these seats. Move over, thank you. Excuse me, thank you. Look. He deserve an EGOT, he hot, colored like a peacock. Idiot, slapper, scrapper, mad rapper, D-dot. Bad dopper, clapper, bad rapper. 3 shots, lethal weapons, lethal injections through off your T-top. JFK smiling down through the treetops. Like hold your head, my nigga, wait for the beat drop. Old niggas wagging fingers like it's bebop. Cowboys and girls whistling world like it's teapots. My pen to make your arm heavy G-shot. While your mom trolling steady on the G. Lights up. Mics up. Get the likes up. Hit the subscribe. Good morning. How we doing Tuesday morning? Early Tuesday morning. Gang, you already know what it is. What's going on? How we doing out there, chat? Flash burnt, homebody. All right, Chapo in the building. Alicia from DC, from back home. Guess when I heard that? When I was back home. All right, DMV in the building. What's good? Tiff, Kames, Jinxie, Joyce, Jerry Berry. What's good? Big Obi, Miss Hummus, Beautiful Leo, Bing, Bethany, Chapo, Elevated Gamer, Couch Potato, 80, Ivy. What's good? What's going on, chat? Another day, another dollar. Who else we got in the chat I'm missing, man? I'm missing somebody. Tiffany Company, Capricorn Baby. Let me see, man. How y'all doing today, man? Another beautiful day. We made it, mama. I made it, right? Candy of the Lands. What's popping? Priscilla. Mary Brown is up. Miss Angie's up. Mr. Stacy D1200. What's good? OGT Bella. Oh yeah, we tapping into this morning. Velma, my glasses. Velma in the building. What's going on? How we doing? Water in my cup. Beautiful Leo. Gang, listen. Mr. Steve Walker. Gang, listen. It's a lot going on. I appreciate you joining me on the This, That, and the Third morning show. All right? I got to shout out my peoples before I get started. Let me shout my peoples out. Black-Yeti.com. Hit him up. That's my guy. All right? Let him know who sent you. They ship all over the continental U.S. Lane gang, listen. It's so much going on. Some of this stuff is happening in real time, right? If you guys were here yesterday, you saw, first of all, we had a great time yesterday. I'm just going to keep it a buck with you. We had a great time yesterday, but they struck me down, gang. You two struck me down in no uncertain terms. And they told me they struck me down. They sent me an email saying, we interrupted your stream. Right? Because I try to get cute. And I tried to play Yakovic, what's good? Nice and healthy. I tried to play the Lauryn Hill tribute. Gang. We was jamming in here. Oh my God, that thing was beautiful. That Lauryn Hill tribute from BET Awards. It was a sight to see. You had to be here, gang. You had to be here in the moment. But they cleared me, gang. They told me in no uncertain terms, yeah, your stream was interrupted for copyrighted material. Nice and healthy. Thank you for the 200 joules. Listen, they said your stream was interrupted for copyrighted material. And once the copyrighted material is no longer detected, you can continue your stream. So I had we was jamming to that Lauryn Hill tribute. I suggest watching it for yourself. But they clipped me twice during that stream. I came back and they clipped me again. I refreshed it, came back, and I didn't play no more, right? Samantha said I was watching yesterday. Oh, man, but that tribute was beautiful. And the video got demonetized. I told you that. I said, I'm going to take the hit. But I ended up, they let you edit out the segment. Spent all day editing out the segment because they would, I don't know what was going on with YouTube yesterday, but they would mark a certain section of it to edit, right? They picked what you need to edit out. So I kept editing out the 2 minute or two they would say, and I would come back and they would say, hit me with another ding a couple minutes later. Copyrighted material. So all day they just kept hitting me with more dings because they wasn't editing out, they wouldn't take out enough of the video. So finally, I looked at the video to see where it begins and where it ends. And then I just edited the whole thing is gone, gang. All of the beautiful Lauryn Hill thing is gone, right? But I mean, it's still on Twitch, I think, and I think it's still on Twitter. But it's gone. It's gone from YouTube, gang. So that beautiful moment, we had it. Sometimes you just got to be there, right? Salute the Hummingbird in the building. Hummingbird said it's still dark outside. Sharon said, good morning. It's hot out here. Stay hydrated. Oh, man, I just watched this thing on YouTube yesterday before we get started about 2 girls who went in Death Valley doing content. It was interesting, gang. They went in Death Valley doing content, and they was using their phones to take all these pictures, and they just kept walking into the valley past the point of no return, is that and the third. No, they weren't really dressed for it, and yeah, they got caught out there with they had 1 container of water for both of them, gang, and they didn't make it. So you do have to stay hydrated. Even if you're not in Death Valley, right? V Forbes said, I finally caught one of these in time. Salute. Me too. I made it in time barely too. I told y'all, if I'm at 8:15, then go ahead and wait for the. That mean I'm coming late. If I'm not here by 8:15, that means I'm coming back about 10:30, 11:30. Bethany in the building. Flashburn said, yesterday was amazing, sir, but please be careful. You know how they move, and I would hate to lose your channel again, right? We're going to say, I would hate to lose your channel again. But we back. They didn't zap me for too long. But a lot of stuff happened at the BET Awards. We're still having news from the BET Awards, and I'm going to talk about I want you guys to help me because a lot's still going on with Lupe. I want to get later in the show. I want to get to Lupe after I discuss this stuff. But he's still popping up on shows, and we're gonna get to what's going on with Lupe. He's been on. I think he went on Jalopy show. Then I think he went on the Rap Roundtable. He went with Quality. So he's everywhere. He's in Read My Soul's chat. Probably was lurking in my shit, but he was like, I ain't gonna say nothing to this guy, right? But we're gonna get to Lupe. I'm gonna have you guys here. We're gonna point out where's Lupe. Where's Waldo today. We're gonna point out, you guys gonna help me find all the nonsense Lupe been getting into for the last 2-3 days. But it's a heat advisory in Alabama. That's why I got water in my cup, right? Lupe is being a fangirl. Salute the homebody. But so, I don't know if you guys know what happened at the, let me see if I got it. I don't know if you guys know what happened at the BET Awards with Druski and SZA and Doechii. And people are not too happy about this, right? People are upset because I'm going to give you the short version, then I'm going to read the article, but there's more to this story. Apparently Druski had made a joke at the beginning of the BET Awards, right? We're still talking about that because so much has happened. And he made a joke that they were going to use saxophones to play off people who took too long in their speeches. And you were going to hear the beam saxophones play, right? If you took too long. Now, what's going on with this situation is Druski was the host. And Druski has been doing it real big. I don't know if you guys saw that. Druski did I didn't know this was, first of all, I just saw the thumbnail. He made a trailer for a fictional movie called Joe. Supposed to be the prequel to Michael. And he supposed to be Joe Jackson. I still ain't watched the trailer, but he putting money into his craft, right? But he made this joke as the host of the BET Awards that if you took too long, they were going to play you off with saxophone, right? But somehow, some way, the only person that got played off was Doechii and SZA, who are TDE artists. If I'm not mistaken, you guys can correct me, right? Quickie Sticky in the building. Nice and healthy, right? But when he did this, Punch and TDE wasn't too happy, right? Let's get to this story, and we're going to have this conversation, all right? But let's start here. You got to know the premise of what's going on. Druski is being accused of still being salty at Kendrick for kind of not shaking his hand last year at the same award. Was it the same awards? He's allegedly still salty. When Kendrick passed him up, he shook Casanat's hand but didn't shake his. Because Druski is he's a Drake guy. Right? Toy in the building, I see you. He's a Drake guy, allegedly. I'm gonna say allegedly, but it looked like he's a Drake guy. And I know y'all gonna kill me in the chat for saying allegedly, right? I know they're gonna kill me. But when Kendrick came out after receiving his award, he saw him and Casanat. He dapped up Kai and he appeared to ignore Druski. It could have been an honest mistake, but he appeared to ignore Druski. Now, people are claiming that Druski is on get back for that. And when Druski played those horns for SZA and Doechii, that was his way of getting back. Let me read this article. All right, we're gonna get there. Said an Aubrey Guzzler, to be exact. An Aubrey Guzzler. You guys on it this morning. Jinxie says an Aubrey Guzzler, to be exact. Chapo called him a BAN. Let's read this article. All right. But there's more to the story. There's more now. They're saying more, but let me read this first. Doechii and SZA's speech at the 2026 BET Awards was cut by a saxophone player that Druski had warned about, but TDE's Punch was not happy. SZA and Doechii were among many winners at the 2026 BET Awards, taking home the BET Her Award for the song Girl Get Up. Host Druski had previously warned folks they would only have 30 seconds for their speeches before a saxophone player got louder. That happened to the duo, and TDE President Punch was not happy about it. He took to Twitter to send a since-deleted message to the comedian for this occurrence. Quote, "This N-word Druski weird for that sax stunt," the Top Dog Entertainment singer's manager wrote, as caught by Kirko on Twitter. A lot of folks responded critically, bringing up the previous warnings and, unsurprisingly, using matters like the Drake battle against him. As for the Girl Get Up duo's reaction to the saxophone, they mostly just joked about it and energetically toyed with the saxophone player from a distance. Maybe they didn't hear that part about the speeches, as SZA thought he was just playing a saxophone solo. Either way, it ended up being more of a controversy than it probably should have been after Punch's comments, right? Elsewhere, TDE adjacent artists won big at the BET Awards, but not particularly lauded results. All right? And we're going to get into Kendrick and this, that, and the third. Folks are taking some of the other skits for gags, but they're not feeling this particular one for the most part. So let me get into this. Now, there has been some update in this, right? There has been some update in this. There's a new there's a new amendment to the story, and TMZ is on it, right? I would play the clip, but I'm not getting a ding. I'm not getting a ding from BT. I'm not going to be able to do it, right? Not doing it. Apparently, Druski says it wasn't him. He had nothing to do with it. Right? Druski says, don't put that on me. Let me read this article. This is on TMZ. The first one was on hotnewhiphop.com, right? That first one, I like to read the authors, give people their credit. Could be AI for all I know, but this one says Gabriel Brosnan Veres. Now, this one's on TMZ, right? Turns out Druski wasn't the one calling the shots when the saxophone player played SZA and Doechii off stage during their appearance speeches at the BET Awards. It was Productions. Dun, dun, dun. Plot thickens, gang. I don't know who's zooming who's zooming who. Bum, bum, bum. I don't know. Let's talk about it. A source close to production tells TMZ producers decided to have a saxophonist start playing during SZA and Doechii's BET Awards acceptance speech in an effort to keep the broadcast on schedule. We're told Druski wasn't even in position to call the audible. He was backstage changing clothes when it happened and had no idea the music was drowning out the duo. As we previously reported, as the pair of Top Dog Entertainment artists accepted the BET Her Award, a saxophonist suddenly took the stage and started playing over them. Gang, I don't know what to tell you. TDE president Terrence Punch Henderson jumped on X shortly and blasted Druski in a post and delete. Okay, so he joked that Druski had already joked that there would be no long acceptance speeches or struggle stories, telling winners they'd have 30 seconds to speak before saxophonist Kenneth Wallum started playing them off the stage. If anyone is looking to point fingers over the awkward interruption, seems Druski is the wrong target. So, gang, listen, right? What's going on? What's going on? Are we still blaming Druski? Druski was backstage changing his clothes, apparently. Right? Too Great said, that's mighty convenient, right? Wasn't that Mama's Family? They would say, how convenient. I think that was Mama's Family back in the day. Right? Chapo said they full of Shiite. Bing said they copping, please. Y'all not. I don't even think this is the first time Druski was accused of something that he said he had nothing to do with. I think this happened a few weeks ago. Something happened, and they were saying Druski was involved. He was like, I had nothing to do with that. Flashburn said Druski had full creative control. You know, and Snarky, I'm gonna get to Lupe. I see your post. We're gonna talk about Lupe. You know what I'm starting to learn though? People be lying. I'm too. I hate liars. Like Andre 3000. I hate liars and I hate thieves. Right. So I assume people be telling the truth. Cause it's like, why lie? But I learned over the years, right? Toy said, yeah, we blaming Druski. Druski, we blaming him. I learned over the years, especially doing this, when I started getting into this commentary, a lot of people just be lying. They just tell you a straight up lie, gang. Like it take a lot for it got to be damn near like for me to tell you something like untrue. I gotta actually really don't know. It's like I don't be just telling lies, gang. It's just weird shit. So it's like I learned over the years because I was giving benefit of doubts. I'm gonna say this again, ladies, you could get upset, but I really believe Remy Ma. I was like, it's no way. I got burnt. I got egg on my face. I did about 2 videos. Said, ain't no way Remy Ma cheating on no papoose. I don't believe it. I was like, hell no. And stop saying that shit. So I learned, like, you might get Charles before you take these stances. Wait for the facts, right?
Wait for the facts. Now here's what we know. He is a Drake supporter. He did feel snubbed by Dot. And those are the only two people that got. So the producers only blew them off. When I heard other people were there longer than SZA and Doechii. Right? Than SZA and Doechii. So then the comments already, Pap cheated first. I told you. I just told you what I didn't know none of that. I just defended Remy. But I'm not even going down that rabbit hole of black love with Pap and Remy. Okay, I'm gonna tell you some funny shit. Okay, I bought that song. Remember Pap made that song Black Love about him and Remy? I was like, you know what? That's so beautiful. I'm gonna buy that single. I bought that single to support Black Love, gang. That's how ridiculous. That's how naive I was, gang. I bought that single. That was about 5 years ago. Bought it on my iTunes. I'm gonna be honest. Now it's a testament of how dumb. All right. Lady Astrion says some people lie so much, so hard they start to believe it themselves. That's a fact. So I say all that to say, he might be lying. Druski could be lying. Druski seemed like the type of guy who would tell a lie as a troll, right? He seemed like he'll just tell you a lie, trolling, and tell you a straight up lie, right? Just see like, oh no, it wasn't me. He seemed like that guy. Like he'll tell you the shit just to troll you, just for fun. He'll tell you. But listen, it's a mystery, I guess. It's a Hardy Boy mystery we trying to solve. Can't understand why you got involved, but here's a clue. It's the Ghetto Master Blaster. All right, Tiffany said, Druski knows he's lying. Chris Rock admitted the Jada Pinkett joke wasn't in the script. That meant he went off script to take that shot. So it's not far-fetched that Druski had this set up. Gang, listen, if it walk like a duck, it talk like a duck. It seemed like Druski low-key had it in, and he played them off, but the official stance, according to BT, right, is it wasn't Druski. All right? Good morning, lady. Good morning, Locks. All right, I see you in the building. Positively Pepper Jones said, I wish trolling wasn't a thing. Yep, it is though. Listen, I'm a man of a certain age, and trolling didn't exist to me. But now I had to learn. That it is a thing. Over the years, I had to learn, trolling, that's when you could blatantly tell a lie or offend someone, but it's excused because they just throw the word trolling. Right? Bing said, that's not official. From what insider? So, gang, it's more going on. At those same awards, right? This guy won allegedly. I'm gonna say allegedly because I gotta verify this. And you guys can help me, but I think this is true. This guy Kendrick Lamar still winning without even trying, gang. This guy K. Dot still winning without even trying. So I haven't verified this information, but it is on X. Salute to Hip Hop All Day. And they're saying that Kendrick is the first rapper in history to win Best Male Hip Hop Artist at the BET Awards 5 years in a row. 5 years straight. 2022, 2023, 2024, 2025, and 2026. right? Let me see. Renee Brown, appreciate you for the jewels. Run the jewels, right? Druski said 5 straight Artist of the Year wins is insane. He just working, gang. And somebody said on Twitter something very, very interesting. They said, you guys got upset claiming he's winning the white man awards, and now you're upset that he's winning the black man awards. At some point, you just stay mad, gang. Just stay mad on the other side. That's the biggest thing. So it's like they got to diminish the dude's accomplishments, right? Because he's not laid up in the bubble bath. Well, everybody might, he might be in the bubble bath, but the bubble bath rapper side is a little upset. They try to take it from him when he win the Pulitzer, when he win the Grammy, whatever he win, right? The EGOT coming. Because the other side don't win no awards because it's, you know what I'm saying? It's not in the cards, right? It's not in the cards. But allegedly and apparently, he won it 5 years straight. So salute, congrats to Dot, because that means before the battle, before anything was called a PDF. And I think I'm gonna do that video today. Yesterday I was working. I had a lot of work to do, right? I got a lot of stuff going on. So I only did the morning show, and I didn't get to the other stuff yesterday. I knew my whole day was gonna be locked out. I had work to do. But today, I might be open. And I think I'm gonna do that video. I got a video I've been about to drop. That I think the lawsuit was a money play. Had nothing to do with Dot. Really. That was the backdrop. But as these things are starting to shake out, all these money things, it's starting to look like that lawsuit was a swing at money. And we're going to talk about that. I think I'm going to get to that video today. But there's more going on. And then I'm going to get to your boy, Lupe. But this is a weird story to me. And I don't know if you guys know this person. I'm not up on a lot of shit. Right? I'm not up on a lot of shit. I'm definitely not up on a person called Sophie Brooks. All right? You guys in the chat, I'm sure you know Sophie Brooks. Right? Or you don't. We're going to learn together. Right? We're going to learn together. But there's a weird-ass story that I saw. And I don't know who Sophie Brooks is, but there's a weird-ass story about the guy we were just talking about, the other guy, right? Aubrey Graham. And we're going to read this story. Because she is a legend that, let me see. There's a video here too. She's a legend that when she dated Aubrey Graham, he threatened her to have bitches fold her up. She was on the Dumb Blonde podcast, and we're gonna get. Let me get a picture of her because we're gonna figure out who she is. Look like the full video is deleted, right? But she claims he threatened her. This, that, and the third. Threatened text messages. We're gonna get to that. We're gonna get to that. And I wanna talk about your boy. Your boy Ack is supposedly went on a date with Daphne Joy. He's geeked up. All right. There's a lot going on over there at the OVO. But I don't know this woman. Let me get a picture of this woman first things first. Sophie Brooks. It's a light story. It's shit silly. It's goofy. It ain't that serious, gang. Let's just be honest. It ain't even that serious. It is what it is, bro. What is this? Sophie Brooks on the Dumb Blonde podcast with Bunny XO. She spoke about Drake 4 years ago. Dating him 4 years ago. Let me look like. All right, so I got a picture. Again, I don't know this woman whatsoever, right? Somebody asked in the chat, is she Caucasian? Yes, apparently she is. Right? It's just a goofy story. It ain't serious, gang. I don't know what's going on. But we just report news, right? I reported on Twister's news. I reported on Big Tigger's news. It's getting looking scary for Big Tigger, gang. I'm just going to be honest. There's a video out there. For all of us, give him the benefit of the doubt. Now, you could tell me what that video says. I watched it. But, so we just talk about things over here. Bennett for real says she's a YouTuber and it was 2022. Right? Priscilla says Drake has it tight. So let's talk about it. Suede Brooks was on the Dumb Blonde podcast with Bunny XO, where she spoke about dating Drake 4 years ago. Drake has been implicated in numerous dating rumors over the years. Back in 2022, he was spotted on a yacht with influencer Suede Brooks, who sparked some speculation, as well as some curious Google searches. At the time, Suede was 21 years old and an influencer from LA. This article is on Hot New Hip Hop. Now the 25-year-old is still an influencer, although she is currently promoting her run on Netflix, on the Netflix reality show Calabasas Confidential. Some of you are watching that, don't lie. Some of you are watching that, don't lie. It's a guilty pleasure, right? Like my guilty pleasure, gang. You, my friends, I can be honest with you guys, right? I was watching Emily in Paris. I don't care what you say. You can judge me. I was watching that show. All right? So that's called a guilty pleasure. And wifey had me watching Housewives of Rhode Island. All right, so let me keep it pushing. On Sunday evening, she appeared on the latest episode of Bunny XO's Dumb Blonde podcast. Bunny got right to it, asking Brooks about her alleged relationship with Drake. Brooks subsequently revealed that she and Drake dated for a while, although she ultimately ended things because she couldn't give the artist what he needed. So, gang, he's looking for love. Stop saying he's not. However, Brooks hinted at threatening text messages in which Drake allegedly said that he was going to have her folded up. That's that mob ties in him, gang. Brooks said that this scared her because Drake is one of the most powerful artists in the world. When Bunny XO asked her for details, Brooks obliged. Gang, I'm not playing the clip. I'm not doing that. As Brooks explains, there was lots of miscommunication going on. Drake allegedly thought that Brooks was going around Los Angeles talking badly about him. She swears this wasn't the case, although people were allegedly in Drake's ear telling him falsehoods. This subsequently led to the alleged threats. Gang, you know these people of that young age, they do be talking shit. I'll be honest. These influencers do be talking bad hella shit, gang. You don't know what to believe. We just talked about Druski probably was lying. I don't know. Let me keep it pushing. Elsewhere in the interview, Bunny asked her if the image of Drake's manhood was real. Gang, I'm not reading this part. This is not going to be me. I'm not doing that. Brooks said that Drake, I'm not doing that either. She said he wishes he was that size. Right? It looked like this is over. We're done here. So, ain't really much else to report. That's the whole story. She said that Drake said some crazy, wild text to her. The end, right? He scared her a little bit. That's the whole story. Let me look at the chat. Do y'all believe it? Right? Let me see. Locke said it's not giving BDE. Kalani style. Nice and Healthy said he asked for what? Beautiful Earth Jaw tapping in from Turks and Caicos. I might end up in Turks and Caicos around New Year's, gang. I'm just going to keep it a buck. Let me see. Looks like Depp's daughter. Someone said that Sophie Brooks looked like Johnny Depp's daughter. right? My thing is nobody seemed to have an issue when Drake was #1 on billboards for so many years back to back. Y'all having a whole different conversation in the chat. Let me see. Y'all talking about man boys in Thailand, all kind of nonsense. Oh, what the hell y'all got going on it? I don't care what anyone watches. I only judge if the show sucks. And Emily in Paris does. But to each his own. Well, it's supposed to suck. When you go into certain shows, they supposed to suck, and you're like, damn, this sucks. Right? Toy Toy said, I love that show. What's going on, y'all? What's going on? Jinxie says she aged out of the ALBS program. Okay. Chris Man said Drake was dating all these black women just to mess with 2 white women named Sophie. That sounds like a Sir Mix-a-Lot line. 2 white women named Sophie. That sounds like some shit Sir Mix-a-Lot would say. You could do side biz or sit-ups. But please don't lose that butt, right? I think her name is Lily Rose Deep. What's going on in the comments? What's going on in the comments? They going crazy in the comments. So that's the whole story, gang. Ain't too much there. He got a little possessive, it sounds like. Right? He got a little possessive. What show we talking about, Locks? Emily in Paris? It's junk food. It's junk food. I told y'all, it's a guilty pleasure. I watched it. The fuck? All right, so Charles, we talking about Act with Daphne Joy? Yes. Because he trolled his way into a date with her. And now he's fully geeked up. Gang, listen, let me just say this, gang. Ack is that guy who could not get it before. He's that guy. Because the lengths he goes to, he's that prototype of the guy, the nerd, who could not bag him. Could not bag him, gang. He couldn't bag him until he got a bag. Because ain't no way, let me just say this. Ain't no way that this goes down like this with Act. First of all, let me get a picture. Right? Act is clearly that guy that could not bag him. He could not bag him. Now, I don't know if these pictures are AI. Some people think that they AI. And I'm going to get as many as I can. Because we're doing this. Because you got to see this to believe it before we read this story. But I truly think, right? I truly think Act really needs status before he approaches these women. And any woman in this business with a half a name, Act thinks that they're like the cat's meow. And they can drain them. They can drain them. Right? Here's one picture of Act allegedly on this date with Daphne Joy. Mind you, I believe the date started out because didn't she call him small? Some shit like that. We're going to get to that. But he finally secured a date with Daphne Joy, who is Diddy's ex and 50 Cent's ex. I believe she might be 50 Cent's baby mom, something like that. Y'all can tell me if I'm wrong. There's a lot going on. All right? But he finally bagged this date with Daphne Joy, who got a lot of baggage going on, gang. Let's keep it a buck. Some of the baggage, I'm gonna leave her alone today. I'm not gonna get into everything. Today we chilling, gang. We chilling. Some of the baggage she got going on, I'm not even gonna bring it up. I'm not gonna say nothing about freak offs or nothing nonsense. We're gonna keep it here. We're gonna keep it here. But she allegedly don't care if you talk about that stuff. Right? She allegedly don't care. Right? Apparently she don't care. But Act got the look of a full-on simp, and that's whatever. But Act don't care. Act got the money to simp. And they had a saying back in my day, It ain't tricking if you got it, right? Remember that? It ain't tricking if you got it. Tiff said, found out it was all content. Let's see. And a couple people have done this for content. We've seen quite a few of these dates end up being content. If we sit here long enough, we can name at least 10, 15 dates that were content. To me, that's even sadder, okay? I would love to have the story be, and at the end of the night, he smashed. Like, it's even worse when you do all this for content, right? Zoe Gemini said, it's not a real date, it's content. Right? Good morning, poet. CNI. I see all you. Chris Man. Let's read this. Let's read this article about this content date. Academics reveals how much he spent on his date with Daphne Joy. This is on Hot New Hip Hop. Academic secured a date with Daphne Joy, and now he's bragging about how much money he spent on it. Daphne Joy and Ak have been flirting back and forth on social media as of late, following her sex tape leak. I told you guys, she really don't care. She really don't care about the stuff I may or may not say. Academics had Joy on his stream, which led her to propositioning him for a date. Subsequently, Academics made it clear about his intentions, and the two have been setting up a time behind the scenes. Over the weekend, the two finally got to sit down and share a meal together. On social media, Academics posted a photo of himself hugging Joy from behind. This sparked a ton of reactions, with both parties getting clowned for the company they keep. Academics didn't seem to mind this online conversation. Instead, he played into it and described how his date went. In the video below, Academics reveals he bought a honey pack with him, just in case. I don't know if you guys know what a honey pack is, right? But it keeps you and your man, your guy down below. It keeps you guys focused in the time of action, right? It's called a honey pack. Furthermore, he claims to have spent upwards of $4,000 on the dinner, right? I'm not showing that video of Ak. I know you guys get irritated when I show videos of Ak, so I'm only going to do that when necessary. I'm not going to show you guys no unnecessary Academics videos. It's too early in the morning. You guys get queasy. So let me finish. One can only imagine what kind of discourse this whole thing has sparked. Ultimately, Joy and Academics are two controversial figures for different reasons. Both of them know how to play the social media game, and it certainly looks like that is what is happening here. Since the tape leaked, Joy has been on a plethora of podcasts where she has given fans insight into the kind of man she wants. This is the kind of stuff that interests Academics, as he talks about it frequently on his streams. Overall, it makes sense why these two would find each other. The internet has gotten increasingly cynical when spotting these kind of things. The reactions to the link up are a perfect example of this. Because they always do this nonsense. Right? Melanator said, Charles, I'm not trying to go home sick from work, dog. He begging me to not play that Academics video. Snarky said it's too early for that and too hot to listen to some daggone Academics this morning. Hennessy Lamb Chops rented a grass wall restaurant in Jersey. So Jinxie said he rented out the restaurant in Jersey. I told Wifey, you guys can help me out with this one. I told Wifey, we could open up a brunch spot. Just do brunch. We close by 2, 3 in the afternoon. That's it. And I mentioned a grass wall, and Wifey said no grass wall. Wifey said no grass wall, Charles. Guys, in the comments, help me out. When I open this brunch spot, talk to me. Grass wall or no grass wall? I need you guys' help. Wifey said no grass wall. And Jinxie said she made up that whole thing. She just trolled. She did a Druski. She didn't. She don't know about nothing. That was a troll. She said she don't know what he did with the grass wall. But I need you guys' help in the chat. When I open this brunch spot, grass wall or no grass wall, I said, listen, people like to take pictures at the grass wall. They want that grass wall. Everywhere you go, you need a grass wall. So Locks is like grass wall. It's fake grass on the wall. All right, let me say, I don't know if people, y'all might not be brunch people. They may not be brunch people, right? So let me explain to the non-brunch people. I get it, the non-brunch people. Restaurants have a fake grass wall with lights. They'll have the name of the restaurant in the wall. Neon lights of the name of the restaurant, and they'll have a grass wall and maybe a couch. And that's where you go to take your pictures. That's where the social media influencers go to take their pictures. It's a lot of people saying no grass wall. Shit. I'm getting outvoted. So you take the pictures. I might have to get one, right? Zombie TV said grass wall is good. Lady Ashton said, why is she opposed to the grass wall? But I'm cherry picking because there's a lot of people in the chat saying no grass wall. Right? I'm getting outnumbered bad, gang. Tom G said, y'all better listen to wife. So to the people that don't know what a grass wall is, it's like a big, I would say it's like 6-7 feet long. It probably, I don't know, 8x8, I guess. Then you put the name of the restaurant in the middle of the grass wall. It's fake grass, plastic, synthetic or whatever. And then people go and they go in their nice outfits, and they link up, they hug, you know what I'm saying? They do ass shots, whatever they're gonna do, by the grass wall. Now, guess what? The name of the restaurant is right there in their picture. So now you got 1,000 people promoting your restaurant with your grass wall in the name of your. That is the marketing thinking behind the grass wall, right? Nice and Healthy said, do a rap cafe with a rap wall. Ooh, I like that. I was thinking about doing that anyway, but it's going to be hip hop. You know, it's going to be hip hop involved. It's going to be hip hop music regardless. But Nice and Healthy, you wanted something? Put a rap wall up. All the people adjacent to hip hop, and then I'm gonna have people coming in there signing the wall. Gang, you wanted something? Let me see. Black American theme. Toy said that. Zombie said just a background with people, right? Girly Jock locking this. Hey, get that grass wall. We maybe could do both, right? It's not gonna have one wall, guys. It can have more than one wall. It can have more than one wall, right? Elevated Gamer said brunch isn't really my thing. Mary Brown in the building said, oh, nah, no grass wall whatsoever. Toy said grass wall is played out. No grass wall, right? Poet said, oh, our dispensary has one of those. Gang, I'm going to be honest, grass walls are, they're admittedly 10 years. Grass walls came out about 10 years ago. Be honest. I'm keeping it a buck. Miss Kofi with the T at work said, you can do a feature wall, just not the grass. So grass walls apparently played out. That's what y'all telling me? No grass wall at my brunch spot? Brunch spot closed down around 3 o'clock. So we're going to get it in. So we need something on that wall, though. Another no grass wall, a floral wall, another one. Beautiful Leo said, I do brunch exclusively, so then I see you at the brunch spot. Tiff said no grass wall. Goddamn. I'm glad I didn't put the shit up already. Right? Toy said put a vote up. Okay, say less. Big Obi said grass wall is cheesy, kind of standard now. You know what though? I think the new place, if people are opening up today, I don't know if they're still installing that grass wall. Snarky said grass walls also store a lot of dust and smell. Oh, that's something to think about. That's true. That's true. A lot of dust, and they're gonna retain a lot of smell. Melanator said grass wall is good, but it needs to be large. Jinxie said I like the idea of a floor wall. Definitely do a wall for pics. Okay. Okay, hold up. Zombie. Toyota says Zombie Lion. What brunch he going to in 2026 without grass walls? It's really the standard, but whoever did it is already up there. The grass wall already there. I'm getting some ideas though. Obi said it's played out now, bro. And then Melinda Susan. Once I get the name right, I get it right over and over. Love brunch, no grass wall. Melanator said put some lights on it. Toy said the grass wall expired in 2024. So right after the pandemic, the grass walls and went out. Oh, a wine bottle wall. I gotta get mad. Wine bottles to make a wine bottle wall. All right, man. Look like people not filling the grass wall. God damn, y'all shot my shit down. Some kind of adjacent wall would be cool. Doesn't have to be grass. There could be a lot of cool backgrounds you can do affordably. Samantha Chambers said a floor or flower wall. Let's be honest. Women carry the brunches. They're going to bring them in. So the women going to want something to take their pictures at. So we got to figure this out. Right? Men, I don't care about the grass. I'm glad Druski played the sax. If you do a grass wall or moss wall or greenery wall, you should do it out the front. Going out the door, right? All right, say less. Ms. Rock Kitty likes that hip-hop thing. So we're going to figure it out. Okay, Toy said floral. So we can figure out a floral wall. And I'm going to be honest, my daughter's a party planner, and I told her a grass wall for one of the parties we were trying to do for a wife, and she's like, no grass wall, Dad. We do floral now. So I gotta admit, the evidence is there. I have to be honest. Nick Mick said, yeah, records, tapes, CDs, boom boxes. I got enough of those. I can fill the whole place out with that, which that's going to be there regardless. It's going to be a hip-hop theme, right? It's going to be a hip-hop theme. I like the rap wall up there. Put those like Aubrey and Lupe next to the garbage area. Only heads, only the brunch spot. Old heads, only the brunch spot. Ooh, Pepper Jones, you cooking now. All right? Take the photos and make the collage of the restaurant name. I like that too. CNI said, happy wife, happy life. All right? Homebody said, I love a good brunch spot with a grass wall and bottomless mimosas. Homebody, we could party, gang. I'll be honest. My man got to drag me out of there by 3 p.m. Gang, we haven't been to a brunch in New York in a while, but when we do New York brunches, it get ugly, gang. It get ugly. It gets ugly, gang. How Method Man say, stagger, smelling like the dragon, Bacardi. Like, listen, it get bad. We be turned all the way up. By 3 p.m. in the goddamn afternoon, we cooked. I'm about to do a New York brunch. We're going to do a get-together in New York. I'm going to do a get-together in New York. I'm just dead ass. I'm not even exaggerating. I'm doing a brunch. Whoever can make it, going to make it. We're gonna take over. Unc Charles explaining grass walls is frying meat. We can have more than one wall. The grass wall haters hilarious. Put flowers in it, though. Salute the girly jock for the super chat. Appreciate you. All right. So listen, man. I got one more thing I want to get to before we get out of here. And you guys got to help me. Because I don't know everywhere Lupe. We're going to talk about where Lupe Fiasco. Where in the world is Lupe Fiasco? He could be in this chat. He's in everybody's chat since this thing went down. Right? Toy New York. Toy coming to the New York brunch. New York brunch on the way, gang. All right, New York brunch. You're hearing it here first. New York brunch on the way. This is not a drill. All right, so what we're gonna do, I want to talk about where the heck Lupe is this day. All right, and Real Spitter, you're not leading me down no nonsense. I'm gonna get to that another day. Eminem is not top 10. We're not even going nowhere. All right. Koala standing up for Absa was so sweet. I didn't expect that. So let's talk about this. Lupe is on a world tour of nonsense. He's been in at least 5 content creators live streams this week alone. And after all the conversation that What's the Dirt started, that the content creators, especially the ones who support Kendrick, are toxic and the most hateful people in the space, and we need to take a look at ourselves. I don't know if y'all remember that happened a couple days ago. What's the Dirt made a video. He put me first, gang. He put me first. This is not an exaggeration. I'm not inserting myself. What's the Dirt? And if you look closely at his video, I looked in the search bar of his video, he typed my name. He typed my name. He typed Charles Brown in the search bar of his video. And he went to my page and he started his diatribe about toxic, Kendrick, Drake hate commentators. And he went in a diatribe. He ran down the list. Content creators are under attack. Ron got that super chat off. Act gonna pay $100K for herpes out loud. Wow, oh shit. Thank you for the super chat, Ron. Right? So, What's the Dirt went on a whole diatribe about how content creators, he started with me, so that includes me, are toxic to the culture and we add nothing to the hip-hop culture. And if we were to take a step back and look at ourselves, we're the problem. Content creators such as Charles Brown, he typed it in the search bar. And I've been telling y'all for years, right? And salute to my brother-in-law who loves Drake. I told him in no uncertain terms, they absolutely know who I am. Absolutely know who I am. The bubble bath rapper knows who I am. And that is a fact. So he typed my name in the search bar, right? And said that Charles Brown and others are part of the problem. They don't add nothing to hip-hop culture. Well, in walks Lupe Fiasco, a certified international hip-hop superstar, right? Hip-hop superstar. He admittedly is in all of our chats watching because, and I got a whole video on What's the Dirt. I did my response video, right? A lot of people clipped that up and went to YouTube. Nigga put the ether beat behind my video. Salute the homeboy. He put the ether beat behind me talking about What's the Dirt. And it got a little traction, let's say, to say the least. And the last time I had a conversation with What's the Dirt, first of all, he blocked me on Twitter, but he also was very upset because he felt that I was a little too holier than thou, right? He said, "You guys, like, this is why he talks these diatribes about culture," because I responded saying, "We're the culture over here. You have nothing to do." That was the last time. He did it again, and this time they're trying to reduce the word culture to toxic and unnecessary. Right? And that's where I ended it with him. I made a video, this, that, and the third. But Lupe Fiasco just proved that we are very vital to the culture because the ones that you're looking up to and saying are the epitome of this hip-hop thing, they're in our comments. We've seen multiple occasions where these rappers are being affected by the words. Didn't Drake put the content creators in the lawsuit? So at this point, we are the culture. We're a very big part of it. And Lupe Fiasco went into Koality's, like I said, Koality's probably top 5, one of the greatest YouTubers out there. Because he understands the assignment. Right? And he went into Quality's chat because Quality apparently he has smoke for Lupe when he's live sometimes, right? This is what we do. These are our opinions. They're not toxic, they're our opinions, right? And Tom, you're right. He said, wait a minute, so y'all toxic for doing what he started doing before the check cleared, right? Yeah, he's a Drake D writer. But before he was a Drake D writer, he was one of us. His literal name is What's the Dirt? The literal name is toxic. Literally, you can't even begin the conversation because your name was started as a toxic. Your whole concept is toxic. What's the dirt, guys? Here's the dirt. I got the dirts. I got the deets. So we're not toxic. It's just our opinion. So Quality's opinion of Lupe, he has several opinions of Lupe. Let's just be honest, right? So instead of focusing on the good stuff, Lupe's one of these guys, like a Wale, right, who focuses on the bad stuff, right? And Cali Love is right. Academics and Drake's fans did tag Academics and Academics TV to find out dirt about me so they can post it. They said, enough is enough with this clown. This is about me. I did a video about this too, and I had the tweets. Enough with this clown. Get all the dirt you can. We're going to post it. So they are attacking us, gang. It's a full-on attack on content creators. So Lupe went into Quality's thing. This ain't the first time he's done that. Went into creators' things. But he went into Quality's thing and started spamming because the conversation was, I'm going to rehash this. I'm going to do it 2 minutes. King Green posted that Lyrical Miracle rappers don't sell records. Quality was covering that, and Lupe was watching. So Quality said something one way or the other that offended Lupe. Lupe got in Quality's chat and started spamming, I sold 20 million records over and over. He copied and pasted it, which to me is deranged. Deranged. You're spamming this content creator's comments that I sold 20 million records. So what do you mean we can't sell records? Insinuating I'm a Lyrical Miracle dude and I sold records. So they clashed for whatever reason. Quality offered them to come on the stream live. But Quality's better than me at this because I would have never thought to bring Kendrick into it. But Quality knew his trigger, so he started bringing Dot into it. Right? He started bringing Dot into it. And it triggered him, took him a few minutes, right? Took him a few minutes. But he got it, he triggered him, he started saying it's 100 rappers better than K Dot. Which means he's been feeling this for a while, which we already know 10 years he's been subbing Dot. And it just came out when he was on Rap Roundtable that it really, like I said in my other video, where I said he called him out, but he didn't call him out on the control verse. He left him off of the control verse, and that triggered Lupe. So more deranged than being called out on the control verse and being mad for years. Lupe was left off of the control verse and is mad for years. So he got him to say that. He got him to say some stuff about Dot. Went super viral, and here we are. Now, didn't just stop there, though. Lupe was on Quality's thing, completely unhinged, trolling, laughing, saying this, that, and the third. Well, and Chris Mann is right. When we dug up old videos, when old videos were dug up, he went so far as to say Logic was better than Kendrick. In an old video that surfaced from when he went on Hot 97 with Peter Rosenberg, he said that Joe Budden was better than Kendrick. At the time, this is 2014. Even in 2014, I don't think nobody was saying Budden was better than Kendrick. Even in 2014, I don't think that was the consensus. Me and wife was in the car. She was like, damn, how long has Kendrick been around? I said, he's been around a minute. Because in 2014, they were goating the nigga already. 2014, guys. You got to understand what's going on. We didn't just get here yesterday. It ain't happened with Not Like Us. They were goating this guy in 2014. right? Yeah, Deadshot. I did a video with it. It's on this channel. It says the video is called Lupe Fiasco Still Hates Kendrick. And in that live, I did a 2-hour live. Go to the end, and I started posting. I started playing videos, old videos of Lupe Fiasco saying he could name better rappers than Dot at the time. He named Logic, and he named Joe Budden. This was, what's that, 12 years ago, 2014? Sometimes my math don't be mathing. But I think I got that one right. I didn't get the grass wall right, but I think I got that one right. Ron Glenn said Budden been a joke since the second song. Well, we're not going to do that. Yeah. Well, at one point, Ron, let's not do that. At one point, Budden was out here smoking. Budden was out here smoking boots, especially that Slaughterhouse run, so we're not going to do that. We're not going to do that. But I don't think at no time, was people like, yeah, Budden eating Dot. That was Lupe reaching. That was Lupe reaching, right? That was Lupe reaching. Because he's been trying to reach it. Now he's talking about Rosenberg Raw. He's just reaching for names. He literally says 100 rappers better than Dot. So it's like now he don't even need real proof no more. Is that at this point, he's so far gone with this anger and just, he's so frustrated with the love he gets that now it's 100 niggas. Now it's 100 rappers. Right? There's a lot of stuff in the chat. I'm ignoring a lot of stuff y'all write. Y'all writing wild shit. So Lupe has been on a decade-long hate train. And I'll be honest, every 2-3 years there's a headline where he says some wild stuff about Dot. It'd be clearly hate. So we're not gonna do that. He's been hating for years. But after this horrendous, it's a infamous run. He went to Kowali's live stream. 3.5-hour live stream. To me, he blew up his whole legacy. Blew it up. And he teaches a class on hip hop, and he uses Kendrick in that class. Salute to Sosa for the super chat. He's getting that Chavez. They got a lot going on in the chat, gang. There's a lot going on in the chat. So he goes on this infamous podcast appearance, but he doesn't stop there. He's lurking in people's comments in different. So now he ends up in Read My Soul's comments. He ends up in Jalape's comments, and Jalopy has him when he comes on their live. They did 5 hours. I think Jalopy was already live, and then he jumped in, so they went even longer. Now I see he's on the Rap Roundtable, still talking. You got a lot of time on your hands, gang. And that's the thing. Lady A said Kendrick being quiet, and they can't stop talking about him. Right? Kendrick being quiet and they can't stop talking about him. Now, this is the thing. I don't know what Lupe's end game is, jumping on all of these live streams with all these creators. I have no idea. It would make sense if there was an album coming out, but it seemed like there's nothing coming. It seemed like Lupe just crashing. And yes, only did Curtis King too, if I'm not mistaken. Correct me if I'm wrong. So that's Jalopy, Josiah. He did Jalopy's thing, right? Josiah. He did Curtis King. He did Rap Roundtable. And he did Quality. That's 4 different lives in the matter of, I want to say 4 days. I don't understand what's going on. Is it a psychotic break? Or he wants to assert himself? Or he wants to defend himself? But every single, and I know that they're going to clip up to their advantage. I get that. But every single clip I'm seeing, it's making stuff worse. If you get a guy talking for 2 hours, such as Lupe, He's going to say something wrong. Flashburn said, Charles, he does this. He crashed out when Royce had him on a podcast. And I didn't understand why that turned into them battling. Because they used to be cool. But I'm going to give you my quick assessment of Lupe before I get out of here. I think Lupe is easily triggered. And I think he's one of these people that harbors a lot of, like, resentment. And that can't be good when you're trying to maneuver in this business, because everything is not going to go your way, right? How Marlo from The Wire say, you want everything to be one way. I think he wants things to be one way. His way. And you can't go on a lot of podcasts wanting things your way. And that resentment of Doc comes out every time. Beautiful Leo said it's given unhinged. Salute the Poison Ivy. I would immediately withdraw from a class if I saw my professor behaving like that. That's the thing. We're going to see where that goes. Because now, how are you going to teach Dot in your hip-hop class? And he called Jesus a zombie. Wifey was asking me, she said, what's going on with this zombie thing? What does that mean? Amy Winehouse and the zombie thing. So I started explaining it to her, and it was like, I sounded insane saying it. I sounded insane explaining Lupe's Jesus, Amy Winehouse, Samurai, Jesus was a zombie. I sounded deranged explaining his theory to her. I sounded deranged. But when Lupe explains, he's like, aha, see? When Lupe explains the zombie, Amy Winehouse, Samurai, Jesus, when he explains it, makes perfect sense in his head. Perfect sense. He's like, aha. Aha. Gang, man, listen, this, that, and the third morning show, man. Appreciate you guys being here. We got 300 in the chat right now. Appreciate you. It's insane, man. I don't get it. But maybe I'm not supposed to, right? Maybe I'm not there. Aha! All of my Coming to America people get that one. Aha! Right? Locks hit it on the head. He tries to be so fake deep. Lupe is mad annoying. But when you're insane, you're very deep. Because you're right. You're making perfect sense. Toast God said, where's the spoon? There is no spoon. Priscilla, we know Jesus is not a zombie. I don't know if Lupe knows that. I think Lupe been alone with his thoughts for too long, and now he just got to get them out. Sitting on podcasts for 2 and 3 hours. He just got to get them out. That classroom ain't big enough. It's not big enough. He got enough people listening and watching. Gang, listen, man. I had fun with you guys today. Once again, I made it. Barely made it, but I made it, right? Coffee, shower, and then I'm here, sitting in this chair with you guys. It is what it is. What Beautiful Leo say? That Amy Winehouse nonsense, along with saying that he feels more connected with Japanese culture, was when I knew that he was unstable. I'm going to Japan one day. All right, gang, listen. He heard that saying that in an insane world, the same man must appear insane, and thought he was the same man in that equation. It is what it is. Gang, listen, I'm getting out of here. I appreciate you guys watching another episode. I will be back today. I'm working today, gang. We gonna do this. I got about 3 videos I gotta do. I'm gonna do some Patreon stuff up. I put a video up for my members on Patreon and on YouTube. If you're a member, go watch it. I detailed my recording, how I record, and why I do what I do. right? Tamelia, thank you for the super chat. Good morning, Charles. Got to watch out that crazy N-word be in your lives. He all over the place, gang. The one thing you will not see, and this is a 100% fact, you will not see me going live with Lupe Fiasco. That is a promise. For one, I'm not doing no 3-hour live talking about zombies and Jesus and Amy Winehouse. So you will not see that. Not over here, my guy. Not going to be able to do it. I don't care what viral moment going to come out of it. I'm not going to accept the challenge, gang. I'm just going to be honest. And like I said, I'm still going to go listen to Samurai. It's in my playlist, gang. It's been sitting there. It's saved right there. It's saved. I like Charles, you got to go back and finish Samurai. Right? I got to go back. And I like that. You know what? Shavarez said, let's do a stream where we discuss hip-hop. Your audience will love it. It will. Okay, let's do that. Let's do that. That's a promise. All right, Renee Brown, thank you for the jewels. Run the jewels. Appreciate you. All right. SKN said, stay safe. Zombie TV said, good. A whole lot of zombie talking here. All right. Girly Jock said, thank you. People need to stop giving him their platform. Oh, let him hang himself. If they want to do it and use the moment, do it. Right? I don't want to do it. I don't want nothing to do with it. It is what it is. Right? Deadshot says, separate the art. He's still a fan of Lupe. And on that note, I just didn't like how Lupe was trying to diminish quality. I didn't like that at all. I'm like, you're an international star talking about quality is a failure. You failed that battle rap. This guy is listen, Lupe was so locked in with quality. He knew what battles he had. He knew how many views the battles had. He knew his bars. He was that obsessed with quality. And he was trying to use all that against him, saying, you can't talk hip-hop to me because I am a professor at, John Hopkins or something like that, in MIT. And he told Quality to name his credentials. I didn't like that. I ain't like that. Just say your piece. He's trying to demean him and put him down. I didn't like that shit whatsoever. I don't gotta have, right? He said sexy smoke. I don't gotta have a whole bunch of credentials to talk hip hop on my channel. That's his channel. He got 40,000 subscribers. He can say whatever he wants. He doesn't need to prove, right? He doesn't need to prove. I keep saying professor. He's a teacher. I'm sorry, Zombie. You're right. He's a teacher. I keep saying professor. Teacher. But he doesn't have to prove that he can speak hip hop. Like Lupe was really giving his own credentials. It was deranged to watch, gang. It was deranged. You're on my. This is like when Dame Dash went on the Breakfast Club talking about you guys chatty patties. Well, then why'd you come here? You came here trying to promote your son's cookies. This is my problem with Dame Dash. He went on the Breakfast Club clowning them, calling them gossipers and chatty patties. But you're on my platform. So Lupe went on Quality's platform and then tried to tell Quality, you're not qualified to talk hip-hop with me. It was deranged. It was deranged. Right? Renee said the Cool just hit platinum in 2022. And gang, I'm still gonna be honest. I think Kick Push is one of the greatest concept records in all time. I'm gonna go that far. Kick Push is one of the best concept records in history. Right? 72 Path said he doesn't have a master's degree, so he's not a professor, he's a teacher. I think they may have honorary did something where I didn't look enough into this. They may have honorarily did something and made him, I don't know what they did. Right? I don't know. But Chris Mann said, you are not qualified, right? It was surreal to watch, gang. It was disappointing. It was disappointing. So end of the day, man. Lady A said he's full of crap and his words mean nothing. He sold them to an AI company. There's a lot going on with Lupe. If somebody really sat down, I'm not the guy, but if somebody sat him down and he would just ramble on, you're not going to pin him down. Because in his mind, all that stuff makes sense. But you can go at him about the AI stuff, about the Kendrick. Hey, it's a way you can just sit down with Lupe and just literally somebody that really knows him, right? Like a fan, like Top 5 Troy is a big fan of his. He can sit down and probably pick him apart. But he said he don't want to interview him either. right? So end of the day, you're right, Rock Kitty, is nasty work. But there's a lot to pick Lupe apart, right? There's a lot to pick him apart. If you sat there, Clean Black said Food and Liquor is a great album, right? End of the day, I'm going to get out of here. This, that, and the third morning show, right? I appreciate you guys tuning in. Ran a little long today, but I don't mind. I don't mind. I don't mind. 72 said they gave him special permission to teach at MIT with a master's degree. All right, so we'll look into that deeper another day, right? Hummingbird said he's on summer break. Cut him some slack. All right, gang, I'm getting out of here, man. I appreciate you guys watching. Head on over to black-yeti.com, right? Let them know who sent you. They ship all over the continental U.S. All right? Samantha, I appreciate you locking in and being here for us and everybody else that locked in, right? 72 Pap still going off. He said he's not even qualified to teach at a community college. Bethany, I'll see you guys tomorrow. All right? Hopefully I don't wake up too late and feel like it's too late. But for the most part, I shall be here in one form or another. All right? Chapo, I see you. Beautiful Leo, your music diva. Poison Ivy, Lady A, I see you guys. Locks, Chris Man, Miss Hummus, Hummingbird, Sam's on a Clean Black. Locks, I said Locks, 72 Paths. Snarky Tees, Renee Brown. Girly Jock, King Kale. Lupe said Kick Push was just about skateboarding and nothing else. That threw me for a loop that he said that. But it's not. It's clearly not. It's clearly not. It's more, right? Chris Man said Hip Hop Saved My Life was my song. All right, gang. I got to get out of here. I'll stay out the comments. I'll be all day reading them shits. Gang, I appreciate you. Appreciate you being here. I'm about to get out of here. Thank you for the all the super chats and the jewels and just watching the show, all right? Watching the content. And Lupe, if you out there, man, get some help, all right? It is what it is, gang. I'm going to be out here. I'm going to catch you on that flip side. Peace.
I need the whole left side. Every seat by the window. I need the whole back of the bus. Everybody, move over. You too. Slide your feet over. Everything by this window. I need this. All these seats. Move over. Thank you. Excuse me. Thank you. Look. He deserve an EGOT, he hot, colored like a peacock. Idiot, slapper, scrapper, mad rapper, D-dot. Bad dopper, clapper, bad rapper. 3 shots, leap the weapons, leap the injections through off your T-top. JFK smiling down through the treetops. Like hold your head, my nigga, wait for the beat drop. Old niggas wagging fingers like it's bebop. Cowboys and girls whistling world like it's teapots. My pen to make your arm heavy G-shot. While your mom trolling steady.